Hello everyone, Sam back for another Minecraft Statue tutorial. Today we're going to be building Professor X from the X-Men trilogy. This is the original X-Men trilogy, of course. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. And by the way, he is in a wheelchair. He is not just standing, so this is kind of a complex tutorial, so yeah. So to start, you are going to need black concrete, polished andesite stairs, polished tough wall, gray wool, lever, gray concrete, white terracotta, light gray terracotta, pale oak button, white concrete, cyan terracotta, polished blackstone button, blue terracotta, white wool, and brown wool. So, once we have all those together, we can go ahead and begin. So what we're going to do, we're not going to start this how we would normally start a statue. So these 8 blocks right here are where your statue would go, of course. But we're not going to start with those. We're going to build his wheels, which will make this a lot easier, because we're going to build the wheels, and then we'll make the contraption of the wheelchair, and then the back, and then we will build the statue. So, to go ahead and start, what we're going to do, I would build this guy I would give this guy some distance in between some statues. I'm cutting it a little close right now, but we'll see how this goes. So, we're going to start by placing, I'm going to probably start right here. We're going to start by placing 7 black concretes on the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We are then going to do a diagonal to the left and to the right and place 2 black concretes just like this. We are then going to do a further diagonal outward. We're going to place 3 like this. And then we're going to do another diagonal, place 2. And then we are going to pretty much just redo what we did on the bottom and do that. So that's the wheel without the X in it. So then we are going to skip 8 blocks. And we're going to do the exact same thing over here. So we're just going to go ahead and get these wheels done with, just so this will be easier. This is the best way to start the wheelchair, in my opinion. There we have it. So those are his wheels. So we'll go ahead and start with this one, and then we'll just copy it right over. We're going to get out our polished andesite stairs, and we're pretty much going to place them on the ends here, and we're going to go up till we meet in the middle. So I'll basically show you what I mean here. So we're basically going to want to do this. So you're going to want to arch these stairs to basically meet in the middle, like that. And then we're going to place another polished andesite on top of that, and then we're going to pretty much flip it. So we're going to go the upside down route. So just like this. So once you've done that on one wheel, you're going to do the other one. So let's just go ahead and do that. I think this is my first ever statue I've ever done in a wheelchair. So, granted, I have made statues in wheelchairs before. I think the only one I've ever done was actually the Chief from the Doom Patrol. I actually went back and looked at that wheelchair to kind of get an idea what I did to make this statue. It's definitely nothing like how that wheelchair looked. It was pretty outdated, honestly. But if I ever did make the Chief, it would probably look something similar to this. So there we go. That is that's the wheels done. So try to see what we can do from here. So from here, we are going to, on both of these wheels, on these upper blocks, we're going to do a 4x4 or a 2x4 square like this of polished tuff. So just like that. And on this one, we're going to place our lever facing that way. We don't need that anymore, so we can get rid of it. We'll probably need... we're going to need cyan terracotta coming up. So, but yeah, there's that. This one doesn't have anything on it. So, trying to think where we should go from here. Get out the polished tuff walls, and we're going to do 4 coming out of the back of these, like that. We are going to are we going in by 2? Yeah, we are. We are then going to go in by 2, like that. And then we're going to go down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do the same thing right over here. Just like this. We are then going to take these all the way up to this block and connect those over. Just like this. Then we're going to take them in by 1, and then we're going to place 2 polished tufts just right here. And then go ahead and take those up an additional block, just like that. And then take them down by a block. And with our polished tuff walls again, we're going to take these back by 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And then we're going to place 2 polished tufts on the end. And then we're going to go up by 3. 1, 2, and 3. Just like this. This is obviously the contraption of the wheelchair. And then we're going to take these forward by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And this is where the actual wheelchair itself is, which we will do here in a minute. But that is that portion done. We are then going to come back up here to this front section. And this is where I need to, I think it's 4. I believe it is 4. Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this forward by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Then we're going to place 2 polished tufts just right here. This should be in level or level with the front tire piece. And then we're going to place 2 rows of walls just like that on top of those. And that will give us the entire underneath section of the wheelchair, which is honestly the hardest part. Then what we're going to do is with our polished tuff, we're going to place 2 polished tuff right here. And then we're going to drag them all the way to the left, like this. And do the same thing over here. And then we're going to bring this forward by a row. And under this row, we're going to get out our tuff walls again. We are going to place 1, 2, 3, and 4 polished tufts right here. Or walls, I mean. And then do the same thing right over here. In front of these, we're going to place 8 polished andesites, just like this, and then bring this forward by 3. 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, if you wanted to make these slabs, you could. The reason I made them full blocks is so the walls would connect to them. But if you want to make these slabs, go right ahead. It makes it look a little thinner. But that's up to you. So that is the footrest. And now we get to make the actual seat. So we're going to drag the polished andesite back to this block right here. And then drag this all the way over and connect it here. And we're just going to fill in this bottom section. Just like that. And so now we have pretty much everything connected. I think that's everything that we need to connect. I'm just double checking here. Yeah, that's everything we need to connect. All right, so now we're going to pretty much take this polished tuff right here upwards. We're going to take it up. Let's see here. How many do we want to take it up? We're going to take this up by 12. So we got 3 right here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then just fill in this entire section like this. And there we have it. So that is the wheelchair. So thank you guys for watching the wheelchair tutorial, and I will see you guys all later. Bye. So yeah, I was actually pretty proud of how this came out. So but yeah, if you guys ever want to make a wheelchair, that's how you make it. Well, obviously there'd be a few changes. We'd probably get rid of the X's and the wheels, but yeah, that's my wheelchair for you guys. So anyways, let's actually build the statue now. So what we're going to need, we're going to get rid of all these materials. We're going to need the black concrete. We're going to need gray wool. We're going to need gray concrete, cyan terracotta, white terracotta, light gray, white concrete, pale oak button, and we'll need the white wool and the brown wool, but we can't really get to those right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a we're going to fill this in with black concrete right here. We are then going to do an additional row right here and then take this all the way around. We're then going to do 2 black concretes here, take this all the way around. And then we are going to make the rest of this row gray wool. And then we're going to do an additional 4 rows of gray wool going upward. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just going to go ahead and fill all of this in with gray wool. So just like that. And then we will fill in this top section as well. So going backwards, we're going to place 2 rows of gray wool on top of these polished tufts. And then this row we're going to do 2 gray wools and then a gray concrete. Like that. And then we're going to fill in these 3 rows with gray wool. Like this. This next row we're going to do 2 gray concretes, a cyan terracotta, 2 gray wools, a cyan terracotta, 2 gray concretes. And then from here, we're pretty much just going to fill in these gaps right here with gray concrete. Just so we can finally build the torso. And for the torso, we are going to start right here, and we're going to go up by 12. Just that what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this actually needs to go up a little bit, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So we're going to make these two outer edges gray concrete. Just like that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do 3 rows of gray concrete just like this, and then place one on the bottom here. So you're going to want to do that. And then with our polished blackstone button, forgot about those, we are going to place one here, 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 and here. This side is fine, so just leave that alone. We are then, with our cyan terracotta, going to take this all the way up to this row and go ahead and bring it on over. So just like that. And then we're going to break every other block just like this and place gray concretes in those. And then we're going to place a polished blackstone button on top of those. These rows up here, we're going to place 2 cyan terracottas just like this, and then white concrete everywhere else. And then get out the blue terracotta. And we're going to do a 2x2 square blue terracotta and then one right here. And then we're going to do an alternating pattern with the pale oak buttons, just like that. And that is the front of the torso done. We're then going to place 2 light gray terracottas, 2 whites. And we're going to do an entire row of white. Then we're going to do a whole row of white concrete. And then we're going to make the rest of the arm entirely gray concrete. Just like that. And then we'll do the same thing right over here. So just like that. And that's the front of the torso done. So pretty simple. Then we're going to drag everything back by 3 pretty much. And then take the gray concrete up. Connect all of these. Just like that. So that is that arm. And then what we're going to do is, with our pale oak button, we're just going to place one right here. Coming over to the other side, it is the exact same. So we're going to go ahead and just fill all of that in. And then same thing right here. And you won't actually even need to make a back of the statue, just because the polished tuff is covering the entire thing. So I'm going to go ahead and take that all the way up there. Just like that. So now for the head, we are going to bring this forward by 2. Go ahead and connect that together. We're going to drag this overhanging by 1 because of the back of the chair, of course. Connect them together. And then on each of the corners, we're going to go up by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just to give us a pretty good template in what we're working with. And then we're going to go ahead and just connect them and fill them all in. Minus the front, of course. So you get a big old cube, and then we'll just fill all this in with white terracotta. Because Patrick Stewart / Professor X is bald. So, Sir Patrick Stewart, I should say, because he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth. Rest in peace. So we'll fill in the sides, the top, the back. So yeah, once you do the wheelchair, it's a pretty simple statue. So the wheelchair is the hardest part. Just like that. And now for the face, we're going to place 2 light gray terracottas right here and surround that with white terracotta. And then we're going to need the white wool, the brown wool, and the gray wool. So we're going to place a white wool right here and here, a brown wool next to them, and then 2 gray wools on top. And then we're just going to fill in the remaining with white terracotta. And yeah, once you've done that, you will actually have finished your Professor X statue. So let me get rid of my UI here. So yeah, there he is, guys. That is Professor X. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. This is going to be... there aren't that many Professor X's in this series just because he doesn't really change very much throughout. I forgot to place a payload button on there. Let me go place that. There we go. So he doesn't really change very much throughout this. The next one I'm going to build is going to be the one from First Class. So it'll be a while before you guys see him again. But just because his outfits don't really change very much. But yeah, guys, so thank you guys all so much for watching. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next video. Try to get a good shot for there we go. See you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.